Your
Why?
mouth is full of food right now. You're shoveling it in like a goddamn hyena.
I'm sick of people telling me what I can't do. In America, baby.
This is America, baby. That's very true.
Okay. So, update. I left everybody on a cliffhanger with the tow truck company, and today we tried something new. We parked at the mall. I think it's going to work flawlessly. There's no way they're going to know that's my car that I parked there. No way. Because workers park there, patrons park there, security guards park there. That hotel is attached to it, and the apartment. So there's like 25 different reasons why you were parking there. So plus there's like 25 garages.
Did you do what I said? Like put like a bag, like a Nordstrom's bag or something in your seat, so it's like you're shopping?
I didn't because I thought about it and I was like,
You don't want your car getting smashed.
I was like, why would the bag be in there and I'm not?
True. But I guess unless you dropped it off, because you're doing so much shopping, you couldn't carry all the bags.
But one bag.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying. No, it was a good idea.
It worked though. It worked. So that's
right now it's working. Look, you don't fix something that's not broken. If it's great, it's working. It's working. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Wait, how big is that bowl you just ate? That bowl is huge.
Like he paused himself. Probably because he's doing dishes right now. Just continues to stack on the things you should be doing during a podcast.
As a producer.
Yeah. Banging shit around, having your dog bark.
You guys put me on hold.
What? No, you put yourself on hold.
No, it said both of you were on hold.
Well, how could we both be on hold? So if we're both on hold, I don't think we're the ones on hold. Yeah.
I don't know. That's for the people at NASA to figure out.
That's true. Some space
nerds. Washington. Hold on, sorry, I gotta find a seat because.
You guys see? Speaking of all this, the space nerds, you guys see a bunch of stuff follow this guy in California. There's a bunch of like Chinese space stuff. It was like the space junk and shit. But they saw this guy look like crazy meteors. People were freaking out, and yeah, it just turned out to be space crap.
Like from a satellite or what?
Yeah, just like a satellite. It was just they said like space junk. I guess it all burnt up in the atmosphere for the most part.
What is it like? I hate to say it, astronaut shit.
No, not literal shit. Just like satellites, all the like random crap that's up there. You know, there's a bunch of junk in space, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know how many time capsules people have put up there?
That's true.
So I think personally, my opinion is, what are we hiding, right? What are we hiding here, government? First of all these videos come out. King Kong versus Godzilla is now the biggest grossing movie. They're hiding an ape. They're hiding a Godzilla from us. They're hiding sleepwalkers or whatever they're called, shapeshifters. And they're for sure hiding Yetis, because I don't know if you guys know about the guy on TikTok who found a Yeti, and he made an apology, and it looked like he was looking at somebody as he's making an apology, and that more than 2 days later, he was dead.
Oh, shit. The Yetis got him?
No, the government got him, because we're not supposed to know about the Yetis.
I'm just imagining there being a pack of Yetis that are all dressed up like mobsters on The Sopranos now.
Yo. And they play the theme song. Awesome. But one of them has to be Vito.
Patent pending. Trademark.
But one of them has to be Vito. Do they allow that in Yeti world?
Yetis don't give a shit about that.
You don't think they give a shit about? No. I don't give a shit about it. I don't give a shit. Why'd you bring it up? I didn't give a shit about it.
I didn't bring it up, but you know what? It's funny you bring it up because me and Caroline are rewatching Sopranos, and we are like, we're in the middle of the Vito episodes. My God, some of the shit they say, I'm like, Ooh-wee.
Just remember, it's
Ooh.
HBO in the 2000s.
Yeah.
It was. You should watch The Wire and then watch Oz 2 as well.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, what this was allowed? Yeah.
I've seen The Wire. That's not bad. That's not terrible.
Oz is pretty bad.
It's
Never seen
fucked
Oz.
up because it's like it really makes you think about the correctional facilities and how shit actually goes down.
How vulnerable your butthole is.
I mean, you said it, not me. No, but it's serious. Like,
Yeah.
Zach can attest to it. Like, it's not. I don't want to say kosher, but it's not. It's really not like.
It's a crude show.
It's a very crude show. Yeah.
That's
So
all
if you
I've
think
heard about it.
Sopranos was bad,
It has like half
no.
The Wire in it, so it's good TV.
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, it's great TV. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, it's great TV. Just go in there not thinking like, oh, I'm gonna watch this show and not cringe a little, because you're gonna cringe a little. You know?
Rewatch. This is the first time I rewatched Sopranos, so I just forgot that the first time I watched it through, how long like Vito being gay was like stretched over, and then how intensely they hated it, and like how homophobic they all were. I was like, I forgot about this whole part. I thought it was more just like they found out he was gay and they killed him, and I was like, okay, it's real short. It was like one episode. Then I'm like, holy shit, we're on episode 3 of them being like on the hunt for Vito. And
that's like me with the Chrissy storyline where he's making the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that when he is doing it with the Jon Favreau shit too?
Yep. Jon Favreau, man, what a guy. You forget that episode. But yeah, they stretched over the Vito thing because at some point, I mean, he was a captain. Like he was like a captain in Tony's crew, and Tony, being who he is, didn't want to kill him right away because of his kids and his wife.
Yeah.
Plus, he was getting pressure from the other bosses for like, oh, you have to kill this, and like, and
this gay guy.
Yeah, and it's like, well, they didn't say gay. And
no,
like,
that's very true. Yeah. But
and it's just funny because it's like you just see the characters like that, because then you also see like Junior, how he is. He's just I will say this: Sopranos. If we did an HBO top 3, I think all 3 of us would have it in our top 3.
I think we did do an HBO top 3. I think we all had different.
We did do it. I just forgot, but I forgot what your. I know my other 2 are different than your 2. So.
I don't know if The Sopranos would make it for me.
I don't know if it'd make it for me either.
What?
I could do a top. It would make top 5 barely.
Top 5 barely?
Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but HBO has so much other cool stuff on it. It's ridiculous.
You think it's better? Okay, all right. Let's we talked about it. I'm assuming The Wire. We're all taking The Wire over The Sopranos.
Yeah, The Wire's number 1. That's never going to change.
You guys are Barry guys, so do you guys take Barry?
I'm a big Barry guy. I'd probably put Barry like 1 or 2.
Are you guys big? Well, me and Zach have seen it, but I'm not taking Oz over it just because how cringy it was. But acting-wise, it was very good. True Detective.
True Detective season 1 might be number 1. Might be number 1 for me.
I've seen it. I don't know if you guys seen Entourage, but Entourage is not going to beat The Sopranos. I just think it was a good show.
Entourage makes my top like 7, I would say.
It makes sense. I mean, it's a very.
I like Entourage. Entourage is a good background TV show.
It is that's exactly how I would describe it to people. Don't watch it for its cinematic performance. Like that's definitely not it. What else would be on there? I'm trying to think.
I would throw The Leftovers on there, but more than anything else, I think Deadwood. Leftovers. I think Deadwood's number 2 for me.
You know what? Sorry. Deadwood and Leftovers I haven't seen, so I'll take your word for it. But Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, Boardwalk's fucking good too.
That's 1. I think that's 1 for me, and then Sopranos 2.
Wow, Boardwalk at number 1?
Huh?
Boardwalk at number 1?
I think Boardwalk, yeah. I mean, like, talk about rewatchable. I feel like it was pretty good to rewatch, too. You don't think so?
I liked it.
I like it. I'm a big, Steve Belushi fan.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. Sorry.
He was on the newest episode of Curb, or one of the new episodes of Curb.
Was he really?
He's like, yeah, he's looking a little old. He doesn't look as skinny and lanky as he usually does.
Is he fatter?
Not fatter, he's just not like skinny lanky. He always just looks like that. Just looks like he's just getting a little older. But
I think the first movie I was introduced to him was probably an Adam Sandler movie, but the movie that I remember him the most was Con Air because they made him such a freak.
Yeah.
And you thought spoiler alert, I'm
Armageddon.
learning a movie from the 1990s. I thought he killed that little girl when he got back on the plane, and thank God he did.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
He thought he was gonna do it.
Wow, you just spoiled Con Air for me.
There's
Never
no way.
seen that movie.
Shut the fuck up. No, I didn't. That's a movie that I know for a fact that Vincent Household has watched 12 million times.
Definitely seen a bunch of times.
I've seen it like twice.
It's always on TBS. Like literally without any motion in the ocean, TNT, TBS, Saturday, it's on there. Somehow, some way. It's Con Air or nowadays they're doing like the Avengers movies. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, can we pick a different movie? And it's always Avengers Infinity Wars. It's not, or not, Infinity Wars. That's what it is.
Yeah, Infinity Wars. Because we were at a brewery on Saturday and it was playing on TV. And I was like, oh, what is this? It's TBS. I was like, oh, of course.
Yeah. It's better than the one brewery. Huh?
You named a bunch of HBO shows, but you didn't name like half of them because it's White Lotus, Succession, Curb, Last of Us.
Sorry.
Righteous Gemstones.
Oh yeah, Gemstones might rank for me.
Look, man.
Eastbound and Down.
Eastbound and Down. Vice Presidents.
Chernobyl. 6 Feet Under. Vice Presidents. Yeah. Silicon Valley.
Oh, I just heard Silicon Valley again.
People say like one of the best things ever. Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, great. I didn't put it as a TV show because it's a miniseries, and I think that's a different thing.
Okay.
No.
Treme as well. I mean, there's so many shows.
That's why I did put Chernobyl as well.
It's so stupid.
Two new shows, 3 new shows that people don't really watch or people haven't really watched. I don't think Bookie. It's pretty funny. It's about they have that new Italian comedian, the one that has the gray hair. You guys probably know him.
No.
Let me see here. Bookie show. Is that what it's called? Bookie?
Bookie, just Bookie. Like a bookie for betting.
Wait, what's a bookie?
Oh, Sebastian.
Thank you, buddy.
Maniscalco.
So a bookie before sports betting was legal. Bookies were the guys that would take your bets and then they would bankroll you and be like, yes, this is, you want to take the Lakers -3, $20. And then every week they would come and collect the money.
That's a new segment. Schnuty mansplain something to Zach.
Hell yeah. Especially what bookie. You don't know what a bookie is, Zach?
No, I know what a bookie is. I want him to mansplain what a bookie was to me.
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. I was like, it's who beats up Keanu Reeves in Hardball. He gets beat up by his bookie.
Oh,
please don't bring up that movie.
Great movie.
Wait. So you said Bookie. This actually looks like sort of good. I might check it out. It's got Charlie Sheen looking really weird in it though.
Charlie Sheen is in it. They pretend like because you know Charlie Sheen and his betting habits. Like they pretend like he's.
Oh yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. There's a whole backstory with Charlie Sheen. I'm not gonna ruin it. And then, what other 2 movies or shows? You guys said Silicon Valley. Succession is great.
I thought you had 2 other ones. I thought you had like ready to go.
Oh, Perry Mason. That was the other one. Perry Mason.
I haven't seen that.
People love it. And then I haven't seen it either, but people are saying Perry Mason's good. And then the other one is the new one. Well, you guys said White Lotus, so you already had White Lotus in there. People suck off White Lotus.
They do.
I watched the first like 4 or 5 episodes and it didn't really grab me.
You know what show did that? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, you really got to stick with the White Lotus.
Yeah.
It's a hard one. It's worth it though. It's good. It's good payoff.
I need to.
All right.
You know what I've been watching, and like this is the topic I wanted to start off with. I've been watching that Nickelodeon documentary, the one about the Quiet on the Set shit.
Oh yeah, we finished that last night.
Bro.
Yeah. Oof.
It's fucked. Like, I get what they're saying, and now I was like, oh, like when they first talked about like the jokes behind the jokes, I'm like, well, maybe they're not giving this guy enough credit. Like, I don't like
It's funny.
Like, I don't blame the victim right away. And then when they start talking about him in a private setting, I'm like, this sick bastard knew exactly what he was doing the entire time with those jokes. And then I didn't finish it yet. Though I mean, obviously, I've seen the videos online. I think I'm gonna get to the episode with Drake Bell and the whole pedophilia shit. But like,
you haven't seen half of the content then if you haven't gotten the Drake Bell yet.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
no, but I've seen the videos. I know exactly what happened. Like, I'm not ruining it
He
for
was
anyone.
there.
Huh?
He was there.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Don't put me with these rat bastards. I'm a Cartoon Network guy. Fuck that. We're on Cartoon Network. We're done with the mouse. We're done with slime. We are Cartoon Network till we die. Ed, Ed, and Eddie, baby to the moon.
Two stupid
but
dogs.
But it's really fucked up. Like I couldn't believe one story, like when the writer and how she had to describe a story and what position she was in. I was just like, oh god.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So you watched the first
it's not a good
episode
one.
and that's it.
Watch the first and half of the second. But like I said, I've seen the videos. I saw the. Should we just ruin it? Fuck it. People can.
No.
No,
Okay.
because you haven't seen it all either, so you should wait too.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more coming for you. But Shanuti, how old are you, Shanuti? Like
30.
you're a little, okay, so you're a little younger than like 3 years younger than me. So were you?
This is his generation of Nickelodeon.
I was wondering because like there was certain episodes, like the later episodes of it, like the Drake Bell and stuff, and like with Ariana Grande. Like I don't know any of that shit. Like I knew Drake and Josh, but like the beginning of it. And then like Ariana Grande and like all those like iCarly, I never watched any of that shit. Did you watch that stuff?
Yeah, so all that came out when I was a kid. So I remember the first all that. That was with like Keenan and Kel and Lloyd Beth Denver. Like I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the Amanda Show when it first came out. I remember when Drake and Josh.
See, I remember up to Amanda Show, and then that's the cutoff point for me. I don't remember any of these other shows.
Cutoff point for me was Drake and Josh, and then this iCarly, and then it's called the one that Ariana was in. It's called like Invincible or something like that. Some shit like that. It's like Victorious. That's what it is. And like that was like my sister's age and shit like that. So
okay.
So that's why I was like, oh man, like when they talked about Dan Schneider in that era, I don't know, but I do remember Dan Schneider being in those certain things. I'm like, who's this fat cat? Whatever. It's like he's rich. Like that's all it is. So
I didn't know if you were young enough to be part of like the era that's like the iCarly and like all that. Because when they were playing that episode of the series, I was like, I don't have any reference to this, but how did someone not say like what the fuck is going on here? Because it just seemed like oblivious.
You think, it just
like people were just like like blinders and like it was kids, so obvious. It's crazy. Like and the kids like had like no idea and they're just trying to get paid, and certain kids it seemed like they knew what the fuck was going on, but it was just terrible.
Well, one kid, they did talk. Well, the funny part is like they did talk about it. They were like there were jokes in there that we questioned, but because we were so scared of him, we weren't going to say anything. And then the parents, like you said, wouldn't want to take that away from their children. So if like they knew it was a bad joke, they're like, whatever, like it's funny. Like you guys are thinking outside the box, like it's not what it is. But it turned out that's what it was. So
if you want to feel good about Nickelodeon, go on Hulu. There's a documentary called The Orange Years. It is about the 20 years that preceded Dan Schneider being part of Nickelodeon, and it's a good watch as well.
That's a good one. I see that one. I've seen that one.
Hits the Salute Your Shorts years and Hey Dude and Are You Afraid of the Dark and all that.
Oh, really? Oh, it's on Hulu?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. I watched it. It's pretty sick. Like I think that'd be a good way to watch it. Like watch the Quiet on the Set and then that, because then you'll feel better about yourself. It's like it wasn't all bad. Like, but yeah, it's crazy. Like these documentaries coming out that are like these tell-alls. I'm like, whoa, like what the fuck? You know, I can't wait for the documentary. Like when that guy, I've heard, you guys know his real name. I don't know. The guy who like left Area 51 and told about everything.
Bob Lazar.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit like was nuts to me. Like how are you gonna just say shit like this? It's like
You want to hear something really crazy?
yeah.
It'll blow your mind even further. He's saying it because he actually works for the CIA.
Is
It's all
this a
misinformation
conspiracy?
and disinformation. No, he actively is like participating and associating with known bakeries or known misinformation agents, I guess as we want to call them. Some stuff Bob Lazar says, I think you can take with a grain of salt, where he
That's
might
what I
know
was gonna
some
say.
things, but I think a lot of the stuff that he says is told to him. I think he's unwillingly working for the CIA. I think he's told things that they know he will leak and that he'll talk about. So they tell him a very specific set of things.
He's
and
controlled
then,
opposition.
Yeah. So he gets told the things he needs to know because they know that he'll talk about them. It is interesting, though. Do you see him on Joe Rogan? Is that your exposure to him?
No, well, I saw those videos, but like when the time came of Joe Rogan, and then like they made like his documentary on Netflix, like shit.
Oh,
like
you saw that one too? Yeah.
That's the jabroni guy, right? The
Yeah,
hipster.
Jeremy Corbell.
Jeremy Corbell, yeah.
Jeremy Corbell, yeah.
He's rough.
It's
interesting though, and it's I'm glad that it's out there because it got you to watch something about UFOs, which is pretty cool.
Honestly,
the common man, Shanudi, the common man.
Listen, when sports take a back seat, sometimes I like to dive in. Like I hate to say it, the worst documentaries I watched were probably the airplane ones, like the Malaysian that disappeared, or like what happened to like they're gonna be Boeing shit soon, you know. So
yeah, there's definitely someone working on a bunch of documentaries about all the Boeing shit going on right now.
Yeah,
good stuff though. Yeah,
no, it's good. The Boeing stuff is interesting because, like, it's really like, I mean, knock on wood, I've been on 3 or 4 Boeings since the news. So far, so good. We can't press our luck too much. We're gonna do Airbus from now on, but it's. How
do you select?
Qantas. Qantas never crashed.
Yeah, you can do that too. Like apparently nowadays you can pick your preference of airplane.
That was from Rain Man, by the way.
Pontus?
Look, man, you could have told me the Soul Plane, and I would be like, yep, yeah.
Soul Plane.
I have a sponsor tonight, guys. Alexander Keith's.
IPA for the common man.
The common Canadian man, smuggled across the border, I'm sure. No tariffs, no taxes. Drinks fresh. Drinks Canadian.
Speaking of smuggling things, guess who I've been harassing on Facebook? Eric, you know him. Shanudi, you don't know him.
What? Okay, go for
it. Steve Carlisle.
Okay. Yep. One of our dad's good friends. I don't know why you're harassing him on Facebook.
He keeps posting things for sale, and I just keep clicking on them, and it gives me an option to like automatically say, "Do you deliver?" And I've been doing that on everything he's been posting.
Oh my god, what's he selling? Anything good?
No, like iPhone cases and manuals for Volvos from the 70s, like all sorts of weird shit.
Damn, let me know if it's anything good. There's probably a bunch of weird shit out there in Indiana.
You mean the epicenter of 2 separate eclipses in the same decade?
Oh, the eclipse shit is happening, isn't it?
Yeah. Evansville, Indiana, the home of 2 separate eclipses.
Hold on, I'm in a Twitter war.
Oh, Twitter war. Fuck the eclipse. What's the Twitter war?
No, not a Twitter war.
It's called an X war now? I'm sorry, would I miss?
Yeah, it's more of a. It would bore you guys, but it's a basketball thing.
Not a good.
Yeah, no.
Final Four.
No, LeBron James. How he's a crybaby.
Oh, who's the equivalent of LeBron James in the NHL? Like Crosby?
Sidney Crosby?
Sidney Crosby does not cry. I wouldn't put Sidney Crosby with LeBron. You got to put somebody who's really good, but blames everybody when it's bad. So would Connor McDavid be one?
No, because Connor McDavid's like never bad.
No, but like,
Connor
no.
McDavid's a fucking
It's
machine.
LeBron is never bad, but doesn't Connor McDavid blame like everyone except for himself?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know enough about the guy.
See, it's tough because all the NHL players are tough. Like LeBron's a crybaby, Giannis is a crybaby, like James Harden is a crybaby. Like some of the best players in the NBA are the biggest crybabies. Like in the NHL, there is no really big crybaby. Like I don't think there is. They have a gripe every once in a while, but they never really are like.
I'm
"Oh,
thinking
we
the
didn't have
closest
this."
thing might be like Corey Perry.
Yeah, I could see that. Corey Perry, someone who just more is more that they complain and bitch.
Jack Eichel, would Jack Eichel be up there?
Yeah, that's a good
No.
one.
I don't know.
He can
Because
play
Eichel
sometimes.
cried about Buffalo and then went to Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, I mean he had a rough time there though too. They wouldn't let him get surgery and shit. It was really fucked up. So.
Yeah, I mean that's a good crybaby thing.
Yeah.
I can't. If you're not getting surgery, there might be a reason. That's a good gripe. I'm just saying, like LeBron.
It's a good gripe.
That's a good gripe to get surgery. That's a good gripe.
You take that one to HR.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good gripe.
That's a good gripe. I love a good gripe. It's just funny because like you give this guy everything and he finds a way to make an excuse when he doesn't win, and that's what he is. And people who love him put him on such a pedestal that they just forget about everything. Like, sure, he can be he could be the best player of all time. Sure, he could be the second best player of all time. But if you're trying to discredit anything this sicko does, like with his crybaby antics, when he lies about certain things, when he basically, you guys call him like this nice guy when he's actually a dickhead. Like, that's when I get pissed off. Like, that's when I start getting in at. Like, sure, he's done a lot for the community, but what player has the 12th guy on the bench does? Like, NHL players, NFL players, WNBA players, cricket players, they all do it. Like, it's not, I'm not, like, going crazy because the guy who had made, like, billions of dollars made a fucking school in Akron. Like, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see what this is. This is you being from Ohio and not loving LeBron James enough.
No, it's being in Ohio and watching actual people lose their minds over one person for half a decade. So
he's being contrarian. That's what it is, right?
Yes.
I guess, but like
he's hating something that's universally loved.
Not by Ohio. You guys hate Ohio. You hate Ohio too, Zach.
Ohio's a terrible place.
Exactly. So you're telling me I'm contrarian. You hate Ohio.
You know, I'm learning a lot about Ohio, sort of. There's a lot of crazy stuff there. I'm starting to turn on them. I'm starting to flip the script.
Ohio's not
they're
bad.
getting warmer.
You got to think of Ohio as any other state. There's parts of it that's bad, parts of it's good, part of it is just whatever. It's like us. Like, what's good about Virginia? Some Northern Virginia, maybe Roanoke and like Richmond, and then like Winchester kind of sucks. And
Winchester's awesome. Winchester's cool.
No, Winchester's fine. I don't know. You could pick a place in probably Virginia that sucks. I don't know.
About 2 hours ago, like probably like 7 blocks from us, 2 guys tried to carjack a guy with a gun and they shot him in the leg.
Nice.
And maybe Richmond's not that nice. I don't know.
It was like in the middle of the day too. No, we were inside, but we like walked up to Publix. It was a different direction.
I'm telling you,
this was like more north, and we were walking west, I guess. But
it's getting bad out there.
Time. It is. People are getting hot. People are getting hot
out there. Listen, DC has gotten really fucking hot. Like, even going to Chinatown to go watch a simple game, you got to be on your P's and Q's. Like, you got to be careful. Like, some shit's going down. Like, people are saying people are getting shot, carjacked. One friend of mine, he parked his car in a garage in a perfectly good neighborhood. 2 tires stolen. 2 tires.
Huh.
Off his car?
Yeah, in a good neighborhood.
I've had my rims stolen before. It sucks.
It's crazy.
There is no more deflating feeling in the world than walking out to your car to get in it to go to work and see that there's no fucking wheels on it anymore. It is such a bizarre feeling. At
that point, you just go back to bed. You text that boss or call him and be like, bro, like,
I sent him a picture and he was like,
send him a picture.
I was like, yeah. And he was like, all right, well, I'll see you when I see you. I was like, I'll let you know.
My man didn't even say like see you tomorrow or the next day. He's like, I'll see you when I see you. It's like I know how bad this is.
That was when I was living in Alexandria and commuting to Reston too. So
that's crazy. I forgot you did that.
Yeah.
That was a great commute.
Who did you text that to?
To my boss, Dave.
Who?
My boss at the ice rink.
At the ice rink.
Oh,
he wasn't working at no, I wasn't working at BSI.
No, it wasn't BSI.
I forgot BSI was Herndon.
Yeah, Herndon. Worldgate area, yeah.
All right, so I brought a topic tonight that involves conspiratorial thought. So I think we primed ourselves with the Bob Lazar stuff. Eric, you got that article pulled up?
Yes.
The Russian machine article about Tortorella.
Yep.
So
got it.
Tortorella's like got a broken arm. He's had a broken arm for I don't even fucking know how long. He's like refusing to wear like a suit on the bench. He's wearing like warm-ups and sweats and all sorts of shit. And apparently losing his mind in press conferences. And I would like to suggest that John Tortorella has become the cricket of the Philadelphia Flyers, and which also means that he is the portrait of Dorian Gray of the Flyers, and the Flyers are going to win the cup this year.
Oh.
And he's just going to deteriorate. He's going to be losing limbs by the time they hoist that thing.
Who's Dorian Gray?
Do you think it's like a Dorian Gray or like a limb for a limb kind of thing?
It's an Oscar Wilde story about this guy who has a picture who's like a dandy, and he has a picture of himself in his attic, and whenever he gets like more dandyish, the picture gets more aged and worse. So people say that cricket is the picture of Dorian Gray of the gang. And as he gets more fucked up, they get more successful and insane.
I see. Interesting. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Literary terms.
Are there any good quotes in there from Tortorella, though?
Yeah, they have a whole bunch here. March 9th, he was kicked out of the game. The Flyers have lost 9 to 12 games. They've lost this one 7-0 to Tampa Bay. First period, they were down 4-0, and Tortorella was giving a bench minor, and this was in the first period, and then he was ejected for arguing. He refused to leave the bench. I'm not fucking going. Tell him to go. Here's to say, I'm not going. I'm staying right fucking here. Eventually, he walked down the tunnel into the locker room, but the NHL was not amused how long it took, and they fined him and suspended him for 2 games.
They fined him $50K too, right?
$50K, yep.
Yeah.
I think the Flyers said they were paying for it though.
Yeah, the Flyers did pay for it.
Is that just like they have to? Like, cause like it looks bad if they don't, right? If they're like, well, like we didn't agree with what he did, so we're making him pay for it. Like that wouldn't look good if an organization wasn't paying for their coach's fine, right?
I don't know. I think Tortorella could cross a line there where they wouldn't pay for his fine. Not in Philadelphia, mind you, but maybe in like, I don't know. Where's he going
Columbus?
Next? Yeah.
Vancouver.
He's going back to Vancouver?
Was he already in Vancouver at one point?
Yeah, he lives in Vancouver.
Oh, did he coach for Vancouver though?
Yeah, he did, I think.
Oh, huh. Well, and then Kraken. He's going to the Kraken.
Okay, yeah, I could see that being the case.
March 19th, he scratched the captain, Sean Couturier, for 2 games. He avoided talking about it with the media or leading up to his players and assistant coaches to respond to the media. He delegated media duties to assistant coach Rocky Thompson during the morning skate and refused to dress after the game. I'm not answering your questions. Next question. I'm not talking on Sean. I'm not debating with you. I'm not conversing with it. It's between Sean and I. I'm putting the players out to win a particular game, and those were the 20 we decided to go with. I control what I can control. It was Couturier say. It is what it is, and we move on. Flyers went 2-0-1 during that week, but they've lost 5 straight since. I mean, there's days here of him just saying insane shit. March 24th, he humiliates the goalie. When asked about the team's performance and the goalie's performance, he says Felix Sandstorm wasn't too happy with his performance. That's what the reporter said. He felt like he missed a couple there. Did you feel like he could have been better in some ways? Tortorella exasperated, put his hands in the air multiple times and slammed them against the podium before walking out of the press conference.
Why does this guy act like he just got detention?
I don't know. It's hilarious. I can't imagine being a reporter in Philly right now. It's gonna be awesome. He comes
He's
back
gonna
and
have
says,
a fun time in Philly.
"Oh yeah, I mean he's pure Philly. He seems like it. He seems like if you got a coach from Philly, this is what they do." Because
He's
2 days later,
Mickey. He's like Mickey. He's like Mickey, Rocky's trainer. You gotta go, Rock.
like that old dude,
Yeah.
a real old guy.
Yeah.
Tortorella apologized 2 days later. He said, "I made a terrible mistake with you guys the other night. My body language was wrong. What I should have said to you was that he's trying. Sandy's trying." Things happened this year that put your goaltending situation to a state of flux. Sandy did not deserve that from me. You had the perfect right to ask that question. He did not deserve that from me. It was wrong.
I love how he backtracks what he did. Man, stick to your guns. Be the asshole.
Yeah, I think in some ways he does. In other ways, though, he realizes he's like, I probably shouldn't have said that,
But
or not said anything at all.
I think that goes back to Zach's point that he's deteriorating. It's like this is like onset Alzheimer's.
It might be April 1st. He has another thing. He wasn't happy with his team played in a 4-3 overtime loss to the Islanders. Not bad. I guess the Islanders outshot him 17-3 in the second period. But then the Flyers responded in the third, outshooting New York 20-3 to force the overtime. And Tortorella says, soft. One guy played the goalie. He's the only guy that played. You're finding things out here, okay? When these games are a whole different plane, okay? It's still a regular season, but it's a whole different plane. So we're figuring things out. I mean, he's just crazy.
You know who they need to get in the mix? Ilya Brizgalov.
Yeah, he said if you don't have enough balls to play these games, rest doesn't do us any good.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means. There are certain people who don't have a clue how to play or just don't have it in them to win these types of situations, and this is why I'm glad we're playing them. We have to figure things out, but what we're going to become as a team here, that was embarrassing in the second period for the Philadelphia Flyer uniform. The way we played, embarrassing. High marks on how we came back in the third, some guys. So he's slamming random people
without naming anyone.
Without naming anyone, yeah.
Maybe he'll start naming people. Wouldn't that be fucking great?
He needs to. Like, come on. Like, let's get some content going. Why are we doing this whole do-si-do?
So he's like all in on him becoming like as evil as possible.
I want an evil man. Like, I love evil people. Like, in sports, there's nothing better than an evil villain that gets just fucked. No Diddy.
Yeah, I guess that's a weird one to say now after the whole Diddy thing.
Yeah.
No Diddy is now no homo. Don't cancel me for that. I'm explaining.
Would the Gen Zers understand that?
Hell yeah.
All right, I'll ask Charlotte when she gets home tomorrow.
No Diddy.
I saw congratulations. I saw she's looking at West Virginia and stuff.
Yeah, she's gonna go to community college for a few years, but she's looking at schools just to see what it's like.
Nice. Proud of her.
Yep. Yo, speaking of the children, are the children invited to the feast?
Yeah, I gotta ask my parents about that. I should have about the kids part at least. Should be.
All right. Find out if there's gonna be other kids there. That's what I want to know.
Or if there is no feast May 5th, you, me, Ashley, the kids, and whoever will have just a feast.
All right.
I feel
your parents might not have a feast?
Yeah, we might be going to my like Marina's like almost fiance's house.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So that's why I have to ask and make sure, because they're like, yeah, if we do it here, and I was like, what do you mean here? And it's like, we have another part of the family. I was like, oh shit.
All right, that's cool.
Oh shit!
But yeah, I mean, I'm down to still have a feast. Like the kids.
I'm well aware.
That week, don't ask me a question. Just tell me where to go. I'll eat whatever. I'm ready to rock.
All right, I got you, bro.
That.
We'll do. You should come out on that Monday night. You should come out to Wings at Gus's.
Say less.
Big
right,
Gus.
Yeah, I got wings. I got wings from Gus's last night.
You guys are not that
far.
Yeah. So and Steph, I think Steph likes wings. I don't know. She likes flats. All wings matter.
Always matter.
Anyways, boys. But
I don't got nothing else unless I
got nothing else too. You guys want to do outros?
We can argue about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Huh?
We could argue about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's always on the docket.
We could argue about Sunny. They need to fucking make the new season.
2025, Zach said.
It's bullshit. Yep. It's too long. Fucking Rob needs to sell his stupid soccer team. Get over that crap with Ryan Reynolds. By the way,
did we talk about Glenn Howerton being in The Strangers, the movie?
No. What's that?
So you guys ever seen The Strangers, the scary movie?
No.
Those people who wear like the others over their head.
Yeah, one is wearing a bag. One's wearing like kind of like one of those Russian masks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glenn Howerton is in that movie. Like, he has a pretty good role. Like, he's the best friend of the guy who is getting attacked by these people. He comes. Yeah, he dies, but I'll save the rest.
Of course he does.
Capo Caco just scored a gnarly fucking goal.
Capo cock my cock.
Yep, that guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to check out that
he blocks the shot. He blocks the shot at the blue line, and just goes coast to coast.
Nice. Sounds like a roller hockey move.
I just farted, and Frankie looks concerned.
He should be.
We gotta do outros. All right, boys.
Outro it up.
Thank you for watching Five Holers. Please like, download, and subscribe to the Four Corners Red Network, and like, download, subscribe all Five Holers content. Give us a sponsor, Zach.
Alexander Keith's India Pale Ale. Brewed in Canada by Canadians for Canadians.
I'm your host, the Michael, the garbage disposal Shanuti. To my back, Zach, the Walrus Vincent. To my front, the forward, Eric, the Red Falcon, Vincent, and somewhere on the bench is Jeff. All right, guys. Have a good day. Don't trust people who want to make slime into a cum joke.